Hi you guys, it's Nikita Lene back with another video, and today we're talking about the gray area of being on semaglutide. So let's start by defining what exactly the gray area is. Now, I've kind of come up with this term because as a practitioner and a med spa owner, I have realized there is a weight loss on GLP-1 medications is not exactly black and white. And this is what I mean. Initially, when GLP-1 medications came out, they were meant for type 2 diabetics. It was pretty clear who we were treating and why we were treating with this medication. And they saw results. But they also noticed that people started losing weight on this medication. Hence why there is the Ozempic/Wegovy, right? Ozempic is more so for type 2 diabetics, where Wegovy is a different dosing because it is for people who are trying to lose weight. So with that being said, I will say that there is a gray area in between those two that I've noticed. I see a lot of people who are comparing their journeys and they get very, very discouraged by their journey because they are not moving as fast as they feel they should be moving on this medication. It's really easy to log on to any social media outlet at this point, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and see people losing crazy amounts of weight on this medication. But what happens when you're not losing at the pace that you see everyone around you losing weight at? This is where the gray area happens. Now, for a lot of people that are on these GLP-1 medications, I will say more specifically if you are on the compounded versions, or if you have a doctor who kind of just prescribed Wegovy to you based off of your weight and meeting the obesity criteria, some of these people are not getting lab work ordered when they're being prescribed this medication. And this is kind of where I'm seeing people who are falling in this gray area. Now they come in, they want to get this prescription for this GLP-1 medication, and they say, hey, I just want to lose 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, right? I'm not a diabetic or anything. I just want to lose the weight. So they get prescribed the medication. There are no labs, no supporting labs that are drawn to look at that person's overall health and wellness status. They just meet the criteria of obesity, and so they are prescribed the medication. They go along about their business taking the medication, and it takes them a little while to actually start losing weight. Or maybe they're not seeing the scale move at all. And that's when they start to get concerned. What I've seen a lot of is people start to just quit at that point. They're like, I've been on this medication for 2 months, it's expensive, and I'm not losing weight, and I'm not seeing any progress. So obviously this medication doesn't work for me, and that's when they choose to quit. But what they fail to realize is the medication is working. They just don't see the progress where they want to see it, which is on the scale. And that is because they probably fall into that gray area. Now, the statistics are crazy for the amount of people in this country who are type 2 diabetics or pre-diabetic and have no idea. And a lot of people who are in this gray area fall into this category. They have no idea what their hemoglobin A1C is, what their fasting blood glucose is, or any of their labs, because they haven't gotten their labs drawn in God knows how long, right? So it's really easy for people to come in and say, oh, I'm not diabetic, when they don't really know what their hemoglobin A1C is. They haven't gotten labs done, so they have no idea what their health and wellness looks like. They just know that the last time they got their labs drawn, or the last time they had their blood sugar drawn or checked, they were not diabetic. And unfortunately, there's so many people walking around who are pre-diabetic who have absolutely no idea. So they start these medications with the intention of, I just have all this stubborn weight that's stuck to me and I'm just having a hard time losing it. But unfortunately, what's actually going on in their body is they could be pre-diabetic or diabetic. They could have high cholesterol. They could have hormonal imbalances that are causing them to both gain the weight and hold on to it. They could have insulin resistance, and a lot of the weight that we carry on our body has to do with inflammation, which is a secondary response to some of the other issues that we have going on in our bodies. Now, for people who are in this gray zone, if they don't understand or know that they have any of those issues, they're just under the impression that they need to lose 20, 30, or 40 pounds. But they may not understand the effect that that excess weight they're carrying has on their body and has on their blood glucose, as well as their cholesterol, their blood pressure, and all the other things that are affected by this extra weight. So what should you do if you don't know if you're in the gray area? Let's go over a couple of recommendations. Number one, I would say talk to your primary care provider or the provider who ordered your GLP-1 medication for you. For some people, that's different. Some people's primary care providers do not prescribe GLP-1 medications, or maybe you're seeing some type of weight loss clinic and they are the ones who ordered it for you. Now, I will say weight loss clinics are usually a little bit better about actually ordering labs because they want to know why you're gaining the weight and they want to know how they can help you not just lose the weight and keep it off. But there have been some that have kind of popped up since this GLP-1 craze has kind of been crazy, and they're not as, doing their due diligence of actually ordering labs. So if for some reason whoever ordered your GLP-1 medication did not order labs for you, I would challenge you to ask them to order the labs for you. And I will put a list of some of the labs here on the screen that you should probably consider going over with your doctor. These are some of the labs that we order at my med spa. We are looking at the whole person and we want to know what's going on under the surface. A lot of these labs are going to help us to have a better understanding of what's causing you to put the weight on, what's causing you to keep the weight on, and if there's any additional things that need to be done to help you to lose the weight and keep it off. So that would be number one. Talk to your doctor about ordering labs so you can have a comprehensive look at your health and wellness. Number two is to be patient with yourself. Now, just because you are in the gray area, or heck, even if you do find out that you are type 2 diabetic, it doesn't mean that this medication is not going to work for you. What it does mean is that it may take a little longer. What I've seen from both comments and following other people that are on this medication, a lot of them are saying that if they are in this gray area or if they are type 2 diabetic, maybe they're not seeing consistent weight loss until they get to the 1 milligram mark when they are on semaglutide. So it doesn't mean that you're not going to lose weight. It means that you have to be patient with yourself. If you look at the comparison between someone who's just on the medication to lose weight versus someone who has a couple of different comorbidities going on, it just means your body has more work to do to correct some of the issues. And anytime you have more work to do, it just means that it might take your body a little bit longer. It might take you a little longer to see the results on the scale, but that does not mean that the medication is not working. My next tip is to create a comprehensive health and wellness plan for yourself. Now, I know initially you came into the game thinking you just need a plan to lose this weight and to keep the weight off. But the bigger picture of understanding you have multiple health and wellness issues going on with your body just means that you're going to have to elaborate a little bit more on your roadmap to where you're headed to. So, collaborate with your prescribing provider to really dig deep into the health issues that you're dealing with, whether it's a hormonal imbalance, some type of autoimmune disease, whatever it is. Find out what you can do to both correct the issue or to help maintain it. If it is something that's contributing towards you gaining weight, you're gonna wanna find out how to get that thing under control, whether it be taking additional medications, or maybe you have to work out a little bit harder. Your doctor will be able to go over all of the details of how to manage this comorbidity and what you need to do on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. All you're doing is adding that and incorporating it into the plan that you already set when you started this medication to help you to lose weight and to keep the weight off. Now, the next tip kind of goes hand in hand with that, and that is to track your progress. You're going to want to set milestones for yourself of goals. And this is going to include goals both on and off the scale, because there are going to be on and off the scale wins for you. If you need to track your blood sugar, you may want to talk to your doctor about checking your hemoglobin A1C every 3 months. This is a huge thing that's going to be a huge win. You'll definitely start to see your hemoglobin A1C track down as you progress on this medication. So consider all the things that are considered wins both on and off the scale. This could be measuring your body, looking at your fat composition, as that is something else that's going to go down, your cholesterol, your blood pressure, and all your other labs that you are going to look at with your doctor. All of those things are going to be things that are wins for you. Track all of them and count them all and celebrate every single win, not just the ones on the scale. Understanding that it might take you a little bit longer to lose the weight and to keep it off. If you only focus on weight loss and you only focus on weight loss being your only goal and your only win, it could be both discouraging, and it could also cause you to kind of want to quit along the way. So make sure that you count everything as a win, even if it is improved eating habits, not eating as much junk food, being more physically active, staying on top of your water intake. All of those things are wins that you should be celebrating. Last but not least, do not compare your journey. Like I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, a lot of people are discouraged and a lot of people are quitting this medication before they even make it to their very first milestone because they feel discouraged. They are comparing their journey to someone else who has no other health issues going on, someone who just wants to lose 10, 20, 30 pounds, right? And the comparison isn't even like apples and oranges. It is completely different from that. Understanding that with each different comorbidity and medical issue that you have, it makes your journey a lot different. So please be patient with yourself. Don't compare your journey. Even if you're on the same dose, even if you're the same weight, even if you look exactly how someone else looks, your journey is going to be different. So don't beat yourself up. Don't compare yourself to other people. Make sure that you're keeping track of your photos. Take photos of your body every 4 weeks so that you can start to see the progress as the weeks go by, so that you're only comparing yourself to you. The only person that you are in this journey with, the only person that you are battling is your previous self. And I wouldn't even say battling. I would actually encourage you to just nurture yourself on a day-to-day basis and take the time to love your body, love the day-to-day journey. And I know that's easier said than done when you're on a weight loss journey, because not every single day is going to be good. But take the time to journal and to really reflect on your journey and to be patient with yourself. And please, please, please do not compare your journey to anyone else. I hope this video was helpful for you. Comment down below, share your progress on your weight loss journey. I want to hear all the deets and how you guys are doing. Share a win that you had this week with the group. And oh, don't forget, if you have not already, to join our Semaglutide Weight Loss Program group over on Facebook. I'm going to start posting you guys comments and your wins over there so you guys can continue to cheer for one another. Thanks again for all the support and everything you guys are continuing to post. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the